Hey YouTubers, thank you so much for checking out today's video. For those of you that don't know us, I'm Trish.
And I'm Carolina.
We're with Just Dance, and in this series, we're gonna be giving you tips to help you improve your connection, your technique, your posture, and your musicality in the basic patterns of waltz. So today's video, we're gonna be going over connection and technique in the progressive step in the waltz. So let's get to it. All right, so first we're gonna demonstrate what this pattern looks like, and then we'll go into some of the tips that we have for you today. So the progressive step looks like this. Carolina's leading and I'm following. We go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, so as you can see, this pattern travels nicely down the line of dance, and it is the first pattern in the syllabus that does that, so it's a great one for you to know. And also it will help you to get the hang of alternating your feet, which is a challenge for most beginners in this dance. So the first tip that I have for you today is on your technique, and that is making sure to swing the body. Waltz is a swing dance, so that means that the body swings either like a pendulum where the hips and feet go out further than the upper body, or like a metronome where the upper body is going over and the feet and hips are not moving as far. So in this pattern, we're gonna be swinging more like a pendulum, which means our hips and feet are swinging out on count 2. Now this action is really important because it helps with the rise and fall, it helps with proper footwork, it also helps you to know which foot is free and needs to move next. So we're gonna demonstrate the swing of the body from this direction. So you can see Carolina's back. Notice how on the second step, her body is going to rotate forward and up. And that helps me to know which foot we are on. So it goes like this, just one measure we have. 1, 2, 3. So if you look at us right now, Carolina's right side is lifted, my left side is lifted. So that side of our body is lighter than the other. That tells us that that side of the body, that foot's gonna move next. So since her right side is high, her right foot is gonna go next for the next 4, 5, 6. Now her left side is lifted up and forward, which tells us that that foot's going to move next, which is her left. 1, 2, 3. So that swing of the body communicates which side should move. So I'm going to put my back to you and we'll just demonstrate that here without each other, so side by side. When, again, that right side swings up and forward, that side should be moving on the next one. When the other side swings up and forward, that side should be moving forward on the next one. Might be a little confusing for your very first time because you're trying to get feet down, body down. It's a lot to think about, but it will make a huge difference and really help you improve your leading skills once you can get that down. So Carolina is going to go into the next tip, which is on frame and connection.
Yes, so my tip is on frame and connection. And the common mistake that people do, since they are swaying their hips side to side, they want to bring their arms with them and they're tipping their elbows and the connection is lost and the frame looks awful. So what we want to think about is to keep our frame where it is. And once we take that first step, we sway, we keep our frame intact. We keep it there so we don't tip like this.
So we'll demonstrate both ways so you can see the difference together of Carolina doing it the wrong way where she's tipping, and then we'll demonstrate it the right way. And we're gonna do it 2 different views. So with her back to you first, so you can see her tipping, we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So here we're going too far down and our arms are dropping and collapsing. And now we're gonna demonstrate it the correct way where our elbows stay lifted but our body is still swinging and swaying. We have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Here it's much nicer. I don't feel like the arms are collapsing, and I'm able to feel what she's asking of me a lot easier. So we're gonna demonstrate it with my back to you now as the follower, scooting this way, both ways, the wrong way and the right way. So we're going to do the wrong way first. We have 1, 2, 3, arms are collapsing, body is dropping. That's gonna also throw us off balance. And then the correct way, keeping it nice and lifted, we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And also on the frame note, you can check out a video in the description below. We talk about it more in our first waltz video on the box, and that is to make sure that you're staying on the appropriate side of your partner. So followers, you're slightly offset. We're counterbalancing each other with our head weight, and we're making sure to stay in our partner's arms. So check out that video so you can get a little bit more detail on the frame outside of what we just talked about now. And then our last tip for you today is on alternating your feet. Now, everything we've talked about so far will help you with alternating your feet, but this is still a common mistake amongst beginners that they want to step with the wrong foot. Left foot seems to be dominant for the leaders because that's the foot they start with, and leaders tend to want to step with the left foot twice. And what I mean by that is, Carolina's going to, here, we'll come over here, show you repeating the wrong foot after we start. So we have, and 1, 2, 3, and then she's gonna step with that foot again, and I've switched feet. This is a recipe for disaster because toes are gonna get stepped on and then we all get confused. So you wanna make sure that the outside foot of the pattern is always the one going forward. So that means that if she starts with her left foot on 1, then she's going to alternate and begin with her right foot on count 4. And this is a trick I use to help students know which foot to move when. So leaders use the left foot on 1 and the right foot on 4, and it's the opposite for the followers. So we have left foot, 1, 2, 3, right foot for 4, 5, 6. So if that is something that resonates with you and helps you know which foot to move when, try counting all the way to 6 so that you know that if you're saying count number 4, that means that you're stepping with your right foot for the leader and the left foot for the follower. All right, so that sums up our tips for you today. Real quick, we'll do a recap. The first tip was on making sure to swing the body. So that means that a side is coming forward and swinging upwards. And that helps communicate to the follower which side should be moving next. The other tip was on frame and connection.
Yes, so don't tip your elbows and keep your frame intact, just how it is.
And then the last tip was on alternating your feet by counting all the way to 6. That way you don't have to think so hard about whether you should be moving your left foot or your right foot and stepping all over your partner's toes. So those are our tips for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or suggestions for other videos, let us know in the comments below. And as always, hit the subscribe button so you can get notified for these videos that we post on a regular basis. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.